All right, let's get right into it. Today, we are cracking the code on a really powerful, government-backed pathway into India's booming tech industry. We're talking about a direct line to a skilled and, a really respected career, and you don't even need a traditional degree.
And it all starts right here. See, this isn't just about some single course. It's part of a massive national mission to build a super skilled workforce for the digital age. This is the big picture thinking behind the opportunity we're going to explore.
So, where does this path actually lead? Well, for a lot of people, the ultimate goal is to become an ITI training officer. This is a respected government position where you're not just doing a job, you're literally shaping the next generation of India's tech talent.
And look, this isn't just some pipe dream. It is a very real, tangible opportunity. Recent announcements showed over 1,120 vacancies for these instructor roles. I mean, the demand is incredibly high, and the door is wide open for people with the right skills. But there's always a catch, right? Getting into this career means going through a highly competitive exam. It's a really tough evaluation, and it's designed that way, to find the best of the best. People who not only know their stuff, but can actually teach it well.
Now, take a look at this breakdown. The exam has this incredible laser focus. A massive 75% of it, 3/4 of the entire test, is all about your core technical skills. This isn't about general knowledge, it is all about deep practical expertise. That other 25%, well, that part tests if you're ready for a government role. It's a mix of math, science, regional knowledge, a little bit of reasoning. It makes sure candidates are well-rounded, but let's be honest, the main event is definitely that big technical slice. Which, of course, brings us to the most important question. With such a heavy weight on technical know-how, how do you even prepare? What's the secret to mastering the part of the exam that really, truly determines if you pass or fail? And the answer, well, it's actually surprisingly simple. The blueprint is hiding in plain sight. The exam is based directly on the official government curriculum for the COPA trade. That's the Computer Operator and Programming Assistant course. So basically, the textbook is the test. So what makes this curriculum so official? Well, it operates under something called the NSQF, the National Skills Qualification Framework. You can think of it like a national seal of approval that makes sure the skills you're learning are high quality and recognized, not just in India, but around the world. And the materials themselves? They're developed by a very specific government body, NIMI, the National Instructional Media Institute. Now listen to this. They write the textbooks, and this is the crucial part, they also write the official question banks. This makes their material the single most important source for your prep. And CompTIA is the trade at the very heart of all this. It's the course that gives students those foundational IT skills that are in such high demand, everything from hardware and operating systems to networking and even some basic programming. To teach it, you gotta master it first. Okay, so what's actually in this blueprint? Let's take a quick tour of some of the most frequently tested topics. These are the core concepts you absolutely have to know, inside and out. Let's start with a core foundation. The history of the machine itself. A classic exam topic is the evolution of computers, which is defined by their primary component, from those massive room-sized vacuum tubes to the microprocessors we carry in our pockets. You have to know this timeline. Another absolutely fundamental concept is memory. The exam constantly tests the difference between primary memory, like RAM, which is volatile, meaning it forgets everything when the power is off, and non-volatile secondary memory, like your hard disk, which stores your data for the long haul. Moving on to operating systems, the exam goes pretty deep, especially with command line stuff. In the world of Linux, for example, mastering the chmod command is completely non-negotiable. It's the key to managing system security by controlling who can read, write, or run files. The exam also covers practical, everyday office applications, so. All right, here's a little pop quiz for you. In Microsoft Word, when you're getting a document ready for printing and binding, what do you call that extra bit of margin space you add on the side where the binding goes? The answer is the gutter margin. Yeah, it's a small detail, but it shows the level of practical, real-world knowledge you need. It's not just about theory, it's about knowing how to use the tools of the trade like a professional. Okay, now let's talk databases. Understanding SQL is critical, and this slide really breaks down its core parts. You have to know the difference between commands that define the structure, like DDL,
those that manipulate the data, DML, and those that control who gets access, which is DCL.
And of course, in today's world, you need to know how to build for the web. The curriculum covers the absolute fundamentals of HTML, from the main root tag of a document to creating headings, putting in images, and structuring lists. These are the basic building blocks of every single web page out there.
So, let's say you've mastered this entire blueprint, everything from hardware all the way to HTML. What does that actually mean for your career? Where does all this knowledge take you?
Well, it unlocks two incredibly powerful career tracks. First, you become a skilled, hands-on professional, a computer operator or a programmer who's ready for the IT industry. But second, it opens the door to becoming that IT training officer, a respected government educator using your expertise to train the thousands of people who will come after you.
And that really brings us full circle, doesn't it? This one blueprint, the COPA curriculum, teaches you everything from the basics of putting a PC together to the complexities of programming. It's a pathway that connects the tiniest technical detail to the grand mission of building India's tech future. The only question left is, which part will you play?